Hello, hello to my lovely patrons. I am doing a bit of finger loop braiding and thought this might be a grand time to say hello and how do you do. I hope that you've been enjoying the videos that I've been putting out. If you do have any recommendations for things that you would like to see, then please do let me know. Go ahead and leave me a comment. I might not be able to get to that specific thing anytime soon, but at the very least, it is nice to know what sort of things you would find valuable to watch or to learn more about. I realize it's kind of hard to ask me to do a specific thing without knowing whether or not that is a thing that I can do. So, you know, for example, if you ask me to do some welding, that is not in my skill set, so I would not be able to do it. Although maybe I would learn, just for the sake of being able to show how to do it. I don't know. Who knows? Alright, I'm a little over halfway on my braid. Oh, you can't quite see it. Oh, I'll show you in a second. But I'm in the home stretch. More than halfway done with my loop nonsense here. I will be putting a short video out just on the how to do finger loop braiding itself. And then before long, hopefully, I will put out a video on what the finger loop braid was for, which is a leather case of the style that you see in the 15th and 16th century. I will of course double check my dates before I put out that actual video. I remember thinking, you know what, whenever I'm doing my finger loop braiding, it'll be an excellent time to have a good chat with you guys. But as it turns out, you kind of need a bit of brain power to do the pattern and not mess it up. So I don't know that I'm going to be as chatty as I thought I was going to be. I am really excited to put out the video on the leather case. I'm a little bit weirdly worried that people are going to be upset that it's like real leather from a real cow. At the same time, what can you do? You can't make everybody happy, but hopefully no one is, you know, really strongly hurt, I guess, by the fact that I am using genuine leather. I don't think that the case would look or like tool correctly. You know how you use tools to make marks in the leather? I don't think it would work the same or have the same effect if I were to use fake leather. Although to be fair, I haven't tried, so maybe it would. What else have I got going on in my life? I am very excited for the Patterns of Fashion #5, which is coming out in I think now. I did pre-order it, which means it's hopefully on its way. I think that a couple of people, especially those who live closer to the physical address that the books are being shipped out from, have started to receive theirs. But that means that it shouldn't be too much longer before I get mine. I'm real excited. It doesn't have a whole lot of like SCA 16th century stuff. As far as I'm aware, I believe it's mostly post SCA period stuff, but I don't care. I'm still kind of excited. I remember thinking, oh, you know what I should do? I should do like a, you know, sew along, or like a try sewing all of the patterns from this newest book. But then I also realized, I don't know how many garments are in this book, but unless it's like 2, there's no way. There's no way that I'm gonna get through all of those different garments Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. So, but I think it's mostly like undergarments. Not chemises like the Patterns of Fashion 4 book was, but I believe it's supposed to be mostly stays and farthingale type things, which is cool. I will probably do a pair of stays just because those are the most fun and exciting. I am all about them stays. Maybe I can put up a vote poll type thing to see which one you guys would most prefer that I do once I actually get the book and know what my options are. I'm also hoping to put out a dog collar soon, which is going to be more leather, I think. I had some really cool new belt fittings, I guess, commissioned or designed. They are very particular to a couple of extants where it's a pair of buckles on each end and then a swivel loop in the middle, which they suspect, they being the mysterious museum people, they suspect that this is a dog collar fitting. So I'm pretty excited to give a try at making my own dog collar using the, this medieval style hardware. Hopefully it works really well. It's a little bit different than modern, not a lot, but a little bit. Oh, I did start working on making a dress form with a pair of friends of mine. I'm sure that you've seen the like duct tape dress forms that people have made for themselves over the years. That way you can get a dress form that perfectly matches you, or at least very closely, you know, as much as possible. More so than your standard off the rack mannequin. And so we've already started playing around with making our own mannequins. We had a slight mishap, but hopefully it'll be okay. We'll see. I should try and do more videos that are just me chatting to you guys, saying hello, catching up with what's coming up soon, hopefully, maybe. To be fair, there are a number of videos that I have filmed and in the process of trying to edit them, realized that either important parts were cut off enough to make it like not so great, or the sound was messed up in some way, or just something about it makes the video not unusable, but not great. And definitely kind of demotivates me from continuing with putting that out as a video, since I'm like, man, this doesn't look good. I don't want to put out something that doesn't look good. We're getting closer. Only a little bit left. It's been really interesting trying to figure out what I want to do with my YouTubing, with my channel, because there's definitely a big part of me that wants to put out videos every single week, which is kind of the YouTube standard. It's definitely pretty normal for channels to put out videos every week, including channels where it involves making things, like me. However, I can also recognize at the same time that some of my projects are a lot bigger than what I see other people putting out as a 1 week's worth of content, I guess. I also recognize that I have a full-time job and cannot necessarily do as much as somebody else. And that's okay, that's fine. I definitely feel like I have these sort of warring two parts of me where I want to put out videos that I think are really, really good, like good quality. And I really prefer, if at all possible, to do videos all in one. Like if I'm going to show you how to make a pair of pants, I prefer to have all of the pants making in one video instead of broken down. Sometimes a project necessitates that, but for the most part, if it's possible to make something all in one, that's kind of how I prefer to consume that type of media. So I guess I just kind of assume that's how other people prefer it. I do realize that's not necessarily the case. I'm sure there are people who are totally down with little weekly updates so that they can sit down every Sunday and watch their various different channels that they like to watch, and you know, they get disappointed if one of their channels that usually updates weekly can't or something. Yeah. It's weird. I kind of feel that way. Like when it comes to podcasts, I would almost kind of rather my various favorite podcasts, yeah, now that I think about it, I'm just now kind of discovering this, but I think I would rather that they post like a very short episode, you know, maybe not their full length thing, rather than not post anything at all. At the same time, I also very much understand that if you are busy, life happens, you know, moving, wedding, things like that have been happening for some of my friends recently. These are very reasonable reasons for why you might not be able to put out the content that you would hope to. Anyways, my stringy bits are just about done. You can see I've about run out of room here, not much left. So I'm going to do these last few changeovers while I kind of sort of have the room to do so. The closer you get to the end, the less room you have for your fingers to get in there and do those loop changeovers. I actually might be really nearly at the end here. Thank you very much, Patreon folks, for joining me for my quick little chat video. Do please leave me a comment on things that you would like to see more of, or maybe not specific projects, but if you like a certain style of video more or less than another, or you wish that certain things were louder, quieter, brighter, darker, I don't know. Do feel free to please leave me your feedback down below in the comments somewhere. And thanks for taking the time, and thanks for being a patron. I hope you guys have a great day.